Okay, you know where you are. You're listening to another fun-filled, opinionated, yet light and frivolous episode of the Top 5 Podcast. I am Chris McPeak, and with me, as always, is Annie Pruitt. Hi, Annie.
Hello. Hello.
And how are you on this fine recording day?
I'm fantastic. It's a beautiful Sunday. We got lots of rain this morning, and now it's nice, bright, and sunshiny outside, and I don't have to water the garden today, so all is well.
That is fantastic. Well, it's a bit warm out here in SoCal. We're finally getting what I would call summer weather. It took a bit, but nonetheless, here we are. And we have a really fun theme today that just kind of cropped up over the last couple of weeks. Annie, what are we going to talk about today?
So we're going to do a series, and it's going to be a country music series. And this is going to be our first one. And this one is going to be our top 5 favorite country drinking songs.
So I guess what I thought about while I was making my list is either alcohol is mentioned in the title or the subject of the song is drinking, anything related to drinking.
Yes.
Kind of thing. Yeah. And it may also be about a breakup, or it may also be about, I don't know, a life experience, but they're the fabric that weaves them together is, of course, the alcohol, the liquor.
Of course.
And yeah, I would say that it's not all beer either.
No, it's not all. Some of them are just like straight up. They just talk about drinking and they don't specify what they're drinking.
Rock and roll. Okay. Well, Annie, why don't you start us off today?
Okay. So I'm going to start my number 5. And this is just a straight up drinking song, is The More I Drink by Blake Shelton. So it's funny because it starts with a guy who's actually not drinking at a bar, but he's sipping on a regular Coke, and they starts making fun of him. And he tells them that, well, the more I drink, the more I drink. And it's one of my favorites. It's fun, and it pokes fun at the people that, you know, you get one in them and they're the regular party, like they make the party. They either make it or they break it by going absolutely bananas. So, but I had to have some Blake Shelton in there somewhere because I love him. So, but that's my number 5. The more I drink, it's the more I drink. If I have one, I'll have 13, and there's no in between. So there you go.
I like Blake Shelton too, but I'm not as familiar with his current stuff. So every song on my list is something that probably was released in the early 2000s.
Okay.
So it's easily, a song that might be already 20 years old by now. My number 5 is Drunk on a Plane by Dierks Bentley. It's kind of a breakup song because they were heading to the wedding or the honeymoon or something, and somehow he winds up by himself and figures, I'm, going here by myself where I should be going with a woman, so I'm just going to get drunk on the plane. and Dierks has this great kind of low voice, but it's not like super bass, it's a sexy voice, and it will tell you, it will convey emotion, whether he's talking about something upbeat or laid back. He does a lot of super chill, laid back songs, but this one has, a hint of the humor in it. And who hasn't needed to get drunk on a plane? And for me, it's usually because I've been seated near a handful of screaming children who will not shut up. So I'm reaching for my free drink coupons, which lately I have a lot of. Thank you, Southwest Airlines. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm going to roll with. Drunk on a Plane at number 5.
Okay. And it's funny. Of course I had to Google best country drinking songs, and that one came up. I don't know that particular song, so now I have to listen to it.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. My number. So by the way, also I'm having 5. All 5 of mine are going to be different artists.
Yes, mine are as well.
So, okay. My number 4 is Luke Bryan, All My Friends Say.
Yes.
One of my favorite. So the lyrics go something along the lines of all my friends say I started shooting doubles when you walked in. So it's a breakup song.
Yep.
But he basically gets a little toasted when he sees his ex-girlfriend walk into the bar. And the next day he has no idea what the heck happened. And like one of my favorite parts, one of my favorite lyrics was, he says, I started doing Elvis. And that right there, like I can totally see Luke Bryan pretending to be Elvis in a bar, like totally drunk. So yeah, it was Elvis rocking on the bar. So there you go. That's my number 4.
I love that song. I considered putting it on my list and I left it off, but that is a song that of late has been popping into my head, which actually I think is why I got inspired that we should do, a series about country music songs, because that song kept kicking it in my brain and I could oh my gosh, I can't remember what lyric comes next. And so, yeah, I've been singing that to myself for a while. And Charles like, what the hell are you singing? It sounds country. And I'm like, it totally is. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, that is a super, super fun one. Okay. My number 4 is I Love This Bar by Toby Keith. And I think this song comes up because we all have a favorite bar. We all have a place, or we had a place. We may not have it now, but we've had places where we just in the scene in About Last Night where they're talking about mothers and just the feeling of familiarity in the local bar, whether you're in a major city and it's a dive bar or it's a fancy bar, or you're in a total dive town in the South and, it's one of those Southern bars with one pool table and a dartboard that never has enough darts. And all they do is they only drink beer and they drink it from a mason jar. So I love that, the familiarity that comes with that song. But I also love that Toby Keith had a bar in Las Vegas, a restaurant. I don't know if it's still there or if it's shut down. I love this. Toby Keith's I Love This Bar and Grill over at Harrah's. And I remember hearing about it on country radio when I was living in Arizona. And then a few years later, I was in Vegas for a conference. And I told my peeps, I want to have lunch at Toby Keith's I Love This Bar and Grill before I go home because I have to have a fried bologna sandwich, which I can fairly say now I've had one. It's great. I don't ever need to eat one again. Wow. Thick bologna, as thick as your finger, and American cheese, government cheese off the slab, and a shit ton of mayonnaise. It is the greasiest, drippiest, most delectable thing you'll ever eat one time, because once is enough.
Yeah, we went to Toby Keith's in Vegas. I don't know if it's the same one, but he has the restaurant that we went to because service members got a free meal.
I bet it was. Was it at Harrah's?
No, it was it was somewhere else. It wasn't it wasn't in a casino. It was like a standalone restaurant. Okay. But it was it? Okay, then it was the same place.
Maybe so.
So Keith just got home from shopping, and it's funny because for the next 3 songs are all my top 3 all have something to do with my husband. So
all right, let's hear it. Number 3.
So I did have I Love This Bar on my list because that's one of our dancing songs and it's one of our favorites. But instead, I'm going to go with It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere by Alan Jackson.
Yes. Woo! And Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett joining in. It's been on our road trip playlist since we've been together. It's one of our favorites. It's classic because, it's not always the time to drink. It's not always going to be in the evening. So sometimes there's some day drinking that has to happen. So you just say to yourself, well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, so I'll have a beer.
Mm-hmm. I love that song. And I love the place in the song where Jimmy sneaks his way in. Because his voice is a little higher than Alan Jackson's, and it's happy. It's pour me something cold and strong, make it a hurricane. Yeah, it just I love that song, and I'm waiting for that part to come because that's the part I feel most comfortable singing.
I pretty much sing the whole song.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Very cute.
It's 5 o'clock down in Margaritaville.
Yeah.
Okay, it's me and number 3, right?
Yep.
Okay. As of right now, my only female artist on the list. And in my brain, I was like, all of her albums have songs about drinking on them, but I'm just not as familiar with the more recent albums. I am going with Dry Town by Miranda Lambert from I think this is on the Crazy Ex-Girlfriend album. But the reason that I like this song so much is this completely sums up our high school. the town we all went to high school with. And I mean, basically the state of Arkansas in general. And lots of dry towns. But this song makes me giggle. It's a dry town, no beer, no liquor for miles around. I'd give a nickel for a sip of two to wash us down out of this dry town. And so I have to laugh because I remember our father's beer runs to Hot Springs and all of, I never went to Oklahoma to buy alcohol, but lots of my classmates did. So yeah, it's a fun, sarcastic, cute Miranda Lambert ditty about stumbling upon a dry town, not so much living in a dry town, but as an outsider coming into the dry town and feeling like, you're on another planet or something, strange things are afoot at the Circle K. There's no liquor here. What the fuck?
So that's another one. I've not heard that song. So this is going to be a great playlist, by the way.
It is.
So I need to listen to that one. Okay. Where am I at? I'm on number 2. My number 2
yes.
song. So I'm going to go with This Is Me and Keith to a T. Billy Currington, pretty good at drinking beer. I'm not good at a lot of things. So he goes through all the things he's not good at, digging deep holes, paving long rolls, or climbing highline poles. But I'm pretty good at drinking beer. I like them cold and tall. I love my Bud Light. I love the nightlife, blah, blah, blah. It's a great song. It's laid back. It's fun. It is nothing. There's no heartbreak. There's no breakup. It's just, I'm a cool dude and I'm pretty good at this one thing. And that's another one that it's on our road trip playlist because I love Billy Currington. There's a lot of his music that I love. He's super cute. He's such a cutie pie. He sings this song. So that's my number 2. Pretty good at drinking beer. That's me and my hubby.
I like Billy Currington too. I liked the duet he did with Shania Twain. I don't know why. It's a little flaky, but I do like it.
It's fun.
My number 2 is a Kenny Chesney song, and I'm going with Keg in the Closet. And I think I like that song because I love that Kenny Chesney went to college. I love that he has written and performed songs about his college years more than once. So Keg in the Closet's not the only one, but he was a Lambda Chi. He did the frat thing, which was not my college experience, but doesn't have to be. But it's just the reminiscing and it's not like, oh yeah, we got drunk all the time and we never went to class and we were screw ups, anything like that. It was just like the reminiscing of good friends, fun times, playing songs on the porch. And although we went to class just to pass the time, but we all know, anyway, there's a dog that lives on the front porch and he liked to sleep on the car and all this kind of stuff. It is just happy and uplifting and typical, sloppy, at least in the 80s, college stuff was a little raucous and crazy, but I don't know. The really, really, really bad shit didn't seem to come out until later. And this is it's a chill, happy, fun song about memories of college with a cake in the closet and pizza on the floor.
I have Kenny Chesney on my list, but first I'm going to give you, so I specifically kind of catered my list to try to not, there's a couple that I thought you were going to have. So I didn't. So I'm going to give you my honorable mention, which it kind of belongs on a different country music list, but I still have to put it in there because it's the first song on Keith and our road trip playlist, and that's Toes by Zac Brown Band. So I got my toes in the water, ass in the sand, not a worry in the world, a cold beer in my hand, life is good today. So that pretty much sums up how I want to live the rest of my life when I retire. Well,
that is beautiful.
Whether it's the toes in the sand or toes in the clay, and it's a PBR that's on the way, whatever it is, but it's such a cute song. Everybody in the family knows the song by heart because it's always the first one to play when we hit the road. It's a fun song. So not a lot of sad drinking songs for me. Yeah. So that's my honorable mention. I do love me some Zac Brown Band. So if you haven't heard it, listen to Toes.
Toes. Okay. That is a good one. Well, okay. So I'm going to share 2.
Okay.
One is a duet and one is a cover artist or a cover song that I think has been remade a couple times. So the first song is a duet. And this is a sad drinking song. This is a heavy, sad, very depressing drinking song, but it's a beautiful song. And the two people that have performed it and recorded it, it's so emotional and so powerful. So I'm going with Whiskey Lullaby by Paisley and, oh my gosh, I'm going to forget her name, Alison Krauss. It's heavy, it's sad, it's depressing, but it's really beautiful and it's really, really emotional and just wrought with a lot of feelings, regret, and if only that person had done this differently, right? But on the flip side of that is I have dug around like crazy trying to find a Martina McBride song to put on this list. And I went back to from her, what album is this? Her second album. I'm trying not to play it. Don't play it. Stop. The album is Wild Angels, and the song is Two More Bottles of Wine. And this was an Emmylou Harris song that was originally written by Delbert McClinton. So it's been out and covered by a number of people, but she's moving out to the West Coast to find her dream. And she moved out with her significant other. And once they got there, he ditched her, and she's not going to cave to life being shitty because it's midnight and she's got 2 more bottles of wine. So that's that story.
Okay. You said you had 2.
Yeah. So Whiskey Lullaby was one, and then 2 bottles of wine was the other.
All right. So, this was hard. I almost wanted to have top 5 sad country drinking songs and top 5 fun and like a phase 2 of drinking songs.
maybe there's so many.
My number 1 is my Keith and I, whenever we go to a ball or whenever we go dancing, we always pay the DJ to put this song on. It's one of our favorite songs to dance to. And that is Out Last Night by Kenny Chesney.
Oh, so, I don't know that one.
We went out last night like we swore we wouldn't do, drank too much beer last night, a lot more than we wanted to. And it's funny because there's the next line is there were girls from Argentina and Arkansas. And of course, I'm from Arkansas.
That's hilarious.
It's so very Kenny Chesney. I had to have Kenny on here, but it's our favorite. It's my favorite Kenny Chesney song. We love dancing to it. It sums up pretty much every night of going out drinking, because there's every bar scenario possible he describes in this song. But it's fun. It's a great dancing song. It's my song with my hubby, and I love it. So Out Last Night, Kenny Chesney, that is my number 1 top 5 favorite country drinking song.
I love it. Okay. I'm remembering that I have to write your songs down so I can put them on the playlist. That's what the recap is for. Okay. Yes. My number 1, it is another Brad Paisley song, but this time it's Brad by himself. And this is the uplifting, fun, silly, goofy Brad Paisley. I love kind of how his songs are divided into sentimental and happy, yet emotional, that, you might tear up a little bit, like the When I Get Where I'm Going, or what's the one about Heaven with Andy Griffith in the video? I forget that. Waiting on a Woman. But then you have songs like Celebrity and Ticks and Mud on the Tires, and this song, which is just called Alcohol. And alcohol is like the ones telling the story, singing the song. I can make anybody pretty. I can make you believe any lie. And it just goes on and on. From the day I left Milwaukee, Lynchburg, Bordeaux, France, I've been making the bars lots of big money and helping white people dance. And
I can make you put that lampshade on your head.
Yes. Yep. I love this song so much. It makes me giggle. And again, Brad Paisley's he's a phenomenal songwriter, phenomenal performer. He is probably my favorite male country artist.
Yes.
I love everything about him. So, yep. Number 1, Alcohol, Brad Paisley.
So that was on my list, but I had an inkling. I had a thought that would be on yours too. So, because it's definitely on my playlist. It's on my running playlist, my road trip playlist, all of my playlists. So I love it.
All right, let's recap.
Okay. My honorable mention was Toes, Zach Brown Band. And then from 5 to 1, The More I Drink, Blake Shelton. All My Friends Say, Luke Bryan. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, Alan Jackson featuring Jimmy Buffett. Pretty Good at Drinking Beer by Billy Currington. And number 1, the awesome Kenny Chesney, Out Last Night.
Which album is that on?
That is a very good question. I will tell you in a moment.
Because I don't know it. And so it's probably on an album that anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So my 2 honorable mentions were Whiskey Lullaby by Brett Paisley and Alison Krauss, and 2 More Bottles of Wine, the version recorded by Martina McBride. Then I've got Drunk on a Plane by Dierks Bentley, I Love This Bar, Toby Keith, Dry Town, Miranda Lambert, Keg in the Closet by Kenny Chesney, and Alcohol by the darling Brad Paisley. Woohoo-wee! Yes.
Ooh.
And I reckon, as I say, we are going to have more fun country tunes coming down the pike at y'all, as I say with my best country accent. But yeah, so that's our show, you guys.
Yeah.
Pretty simple, pretty fun, and a rock star playlist coming your way. So watch the links in the show notes so that you can get your pause on that. I do them in Apple Music, but if you don't have Apple Music, you can easily find the songs on Spotify or Google Play. All of the things. Amazon Music too, I'm sure, has all of these things.
Oh, I'm sure.
All right, so she's Annie, I'm Chris, and we will hook up with you next time on another fun-filled, exciting, knowledgeable, and opinionated episode of Top 5 Podcast. We'll see you later, alligators.
See ya.
I want to stop recording.
Hey, this is Chris McPeak. And this is Annie Pruitt. We're so glad you downloaded today's show, but we'd be even happier if you leave us a rating and review whenever you listen to podcasts, or hit that subscribe button and notification bell on YouTube. See you next time on the Top 5 Podcast.